Hello friends, this is the next video of my PC Sound Edge CPC build, and I decided to do some changes. In my last video I show you these compact flash adapter that I built in this, and yeah, I decided to pull this out and to install a GoTech drive instead, because yeah, this is very handy and much more convenient than a traditional floppy drive. So this comes out and this comes in. But yeah, I don't want to miss the compact flash idea. So I decided to build in the compact flash reader in the place where the traditional floppy was before. Unfortunately, the case does not perfectly fit for this CF card reader, so I need to modify it a bit and make it possible that I can build this into this place. So that's the idea, and with the help of my Dremel tool I think it will be possible. As graphics card I choose the Matrox G400 because of the dual monitor output. for for capturing and live screen. I think this is also a nice card for this build. Because the image quality of these Matrox cards are great. For games with glide support, I also will install this Diamond Monster 3D. This is a Voodoo 2 card with 8 MB of RAM. Let's also install a USB 2.0 adapter card, also with an ALI chipset, so we have convenient file transfer in Windows 98. Because we have a gap here, I also will install a network adapter card with the Realtek RTL 8139B, just in case. Usually I don't connect my retro machines to a network, but why not? So let's start with A, like Avance logic, and this is a Diamond DT0196H. So this is the first Avance logic chip, the ALS007, and it's branded from Diamond Technologies. And I really like this card. It is beautiful and it has very clean and clear output. Also the ALS007, I'm not completely sure, but I think it also is compatible to Soundblaster 16. And what's important to me is this Waveblaster header, because I also like to install wavetable modules. Here we have another Avance Logic ALS007. It's a very similar card. The amplifier is a little bit different here. And on this card I exchanged the capacitors to these hi-fi audio grade ones. But I couldn't hear any difference. So in my opinion, you don't need to install expensive capacitors to a sound card. And otherwise the card is very similar. It also has the wavetable header and the same IC. Regarding to OPL3 compatibility with these cards, they have 100% OPL3 clone. And DOS gaming is beautiful with these cards. Very beautiful FM sound. So this is the successor of the ALS007. It's the ALS100. And this one has the best Soundblaster 16 compatibility, because it also supports HDMA as far as I remember. Otherwise the cards are also very similar, and this is also OPL3 clone somewhere, I guess here or here. So yeah, also great FM music with this card. And just another one, ALS 100. A little bit, yeah, older, but I think it's the same layout like on this one, except the position of this voltage regulator. It's a little bit different, but basically the same card. So next one is an Aztech card. It's the Aztech AZT2320. And you can read the OPL marking here, because Aztech has a cooperation with Yamaha, and they implemented the original OPL3 circuitry on this chip. So yeah, FM music will be very great on this card. It also had a wavetable header. So if I would go with an Aztech card, I probably would choose this one. Before the Aztech, I forgot another manufacturer with A, and this is Analog Devices. I have here a very beautiful one, and it's also quite rare because this soundport chip wasn't very common. And I really like the look of this card because of these quattro, I don't know, regulators. If you have an idea why here are 4 of them, please give a comment in the comment section. I don't really understand it because if these are amplifier ICs, then because it's a stereo card, we just need 2 of them, and for some reason here are 4 of them. I don't know why. Yeah, this card also has a wavetable header, and yeah, these Analog Devices cards have very clean and clear and good sound quality, but the OPL3 circuitry is not from Yamaha. It's an own build of them, and it sounds very different. I wouldn't call it bad. Most people don't like it. I like it because it's very different, but I think it also depends on the game and the music if you like it or not. So yeah, this is more an experimental card, but not a daily driver, I guess. Here's another one from Terratec Promedia. This card also has very good audio quality, but the IC is the newer version of this one, and it's a little bit smaller, but it also has the same OPL3 circuitry, so it also will sound different. And the third one is this Phobos sound booster with an attached FM radio. So this is something interesting, and maybe this is a good card to build in, but I don't think I will go with one of these cards because I have another card in mind. Just want to show you my Analog Devices cards, or a selection of my cards. So before we go to another manufacturer, I have another one with A, and these are my Aureal cards. These Aureal Vortex cards are PCI cards, so I guess I will also install an ISA card for DOS compatibility, but maybe for Windows I can also install a Aureal Vortex card. And yeah, the first Aureal Vortex card is the Diamond, what's the name of this card? Monster Sound. If you don't know it, you wouldn't expect this is an Aureal Vortex card, but yeah, in this, I don't know, FPGA, or I don't know what exactly this is, but here is the Aureal Vortex circuitry inside. So the first card they produced in cooperation with Diamond Multimedia, and this is why I like this one. Yeah, this card also has a wavetable header, so I can use it for my wavetable modules as well. So here we have an Aureal Vortex card, two of them. This is the Aureal Vortex AU8820. This is the Aureal Vortex 1. And yeah, this is a very basic card. This one is from Terratec, and this one is from another manufacturer. I don't know which one, maybe a no-name card. Here you see the A3D logo. And yeah, on this older one, there's no sign of Aureal Vortex, but yes, it is inside here. Yeah, so if we go with an Aureal Vortex card, I would recommend the Aureal Vortex 2 card, because this Aureal Vortex 2 is more advanced and it has better 3D audio capability. Yeah, also this card has a wavetable header, what's really nice. I think this is a card from Turtle Beach, TBS. I don't know the exact name. Okay, maybe it's written here. Turtle Beach. I don't know. If you know, you can write it in the comments. And here's another one. A no-name card, Aureal Vortex 2 from 1998. And yeah, what's a little bit suspicious is that on the chip isn't a Vortex 2 marking, but the AU8830 is the Vortex 2, and the AU8820 and 8810, I guess, are Vortex 1 cards. So yeah, here's the difference. Vortex 2, but same number, and Vortex. Maybe this is an earlier revision of the same chip. So these were my Aureal Vortex cards. Now let's continue with Creative Labs. So with Creative Labs, let's start from old to new. I have older ones, but for this system I wouldn't install a very old one, because I would like to have OPL3, for example. And yeah, this is one of the first Sound Blaster 16 cards. It has a wavetable header. The newer ones have the hanging note bug, and so I can't really recommend them if you want to use MIDI. But the older ones are, yeah, don't have these bugs and are very good cards. Sometimes a little bit noisy, but as far as I remember, this card has clear sound quality. And as we can see here, there's a genuine Yamaha YMF262 OPL3. Yeah, next one is the AWE32, model number CT3900. And yeah, this is a very big card. The good thing with this one is that it has the original OPL circuitry integrated. The later ones have the Creative Labs CQM, which is an own development of Creative Labs, and it sounds a little bit different. I wouldn't call it bad. It's different. It's clearer. It's not as warm as the original one, but I think it depends on your what you like. Some like it not, but with the Yamaha original you can't make something wrong. Yeah, this card is also integrated wavetable sound. This is the EMU 8000, I don't know exactly. And this wavetable sound which is integrated, as I think it has 512K of ROM, and the sound quality of the wavetable isn't that good in my opinion. But you also can install an own wavetable module here, which is a nice feature, and you can install SIM memory to download your own sound fonts on this card, but this only works in Windows. So for DOS gaming, you have to go with the EMU wavetable, and yeah, this is, in my opinion, this is a drawback of this card. But yeah, it's a very beautiful card, very big, very beautiful. So yeah, let's continue with the Soundblaster AWE64. As you can see, this card has no wavetable header, so I don't think I will install this one. But yeah, I just want to show it to you. The sound quality of these cards are very good, very clean, very clear. And yeah, the wavetable sound is the same as in the AWE32 as far as I know. And yeah, here you have to install a proprietary memory module if you want to download your own sound fonts, or you can use these onboard RAM and under Windows, and this is normally on this card is with 512K of RAM, and this card was modded by a friend of me with a 2 megabyte memory module, so it's a little bit advanced. And yeah, this is a good feature for Windows. So let's continue with the Soundblaster AWE64 Gold. This is a value card, and this Gold card has, I guess it has 4 megabytes of RAM, but also only accessible in Windows. And yeah, it also has the same EMU wavetable synthesis, and some games support it directly, so this is a nice feature. And also these cards have the CQM OPL3 emulation, but you can add some effects. You can add hall and reverb, so this is also a nice feature of these cards. Let's continue with the PCI cards from Creative Labs. This is the famous Live, Soundblaster Live. It's a very nice card, and it has also good DOS compatibility. But yeah, it's a PCI card. So for DOS gaming, I wouldn't recommend PCI cards, but maybe I install 2 sound cards, one PCI card for Windows and one ISA card for DOS. Because for Windows, these PCI cards have some advantages, like the Aureal Vortex with the A3D feature, or these Soundblaster Live card with Creative EAX or EX, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. And this is very cool for the early Windows 3D games like Unreal Tournament, Quake 3, etc. They support these features, and they sound very great on these cards. So the successor of the Live is the OPTi, the OPTi 1, and this supports ERX HD. This is a very powerful card, and yeah, it's a great Windows card, but it also has good DOS drivers. But yeah, as I said, for DOS you should go with an Aztech card. And after the OPTi came the OPTi 2, and yeah, this is again a more advanced card. Here we also have, now we have Firewire connector, and yeah, sound output for, I don't know, 5.1, 7.1. So it's a surround card. So this was my selection of Creative Labs cards. Again, I have many more of them, but I just want to show you in my opinion, the most interesting ones. So next one are my crystal cards. So let's start with the basic one. This is a crystal CX427B78. It looks boring, but it's a great card. It has very good audio quality, and it has a wavetable header. The drivers are great. The initialization for DOS is easy, and yeah, it's a great card, but it looks a little bit boring. And also Crystal does not support the original Yamaha OPL3, and they also integrated their own version of it, and it sounds a little bit different. I don't like it so much, but it isn't bad. It's different. Here's another one with the Crystal CS4237. I don't know what's the difference between CX and CS. Both of them feature SRS 3D sound. This is some kind of spatializer which gives 3D effect to the stereo music or sound. But yeah, this isn't a very great feature. It's nice, but I mostly disabled it. And this card also have a wavetable header again. Here we have a very beautiful card from Terratec. It is the EWS64, and yeah, Terratec, as mentioned in maybe in other videos before, was a German brand, and they made very high quality products. As you can see here, this card also features a wavetable synthesizer chip from Dream, and yeah, ROM and RAM module here, which is a PS2 module, I guess. So you can very conveniently add more RAM to it. And this card also has great drivers for DOS, so it can load the sound fonts you installed here also in MS-DOS. Yeah, the main IC is the Crystal CS4236. This is the predecessor of the 37, and it has no SRS 3D. And yeah, this card was modified. I don't think this module is from the factory. I'm not completely sure. It looks strange to me. And it has a header for an external 4¼ inch bay. And in that one you can also install a wavetable module, and you can it has MIDI ports for input and output, so you can conveniently connect them to your PC, which is a nice feature. yeah, very decent card in my opinion. So and here was a modification as well, and I don't know for what reason exactly. Looks like there was that someone bridges something here, maybe to increase sound quality or to repair it, I don't know. And as you can see here, this card supports up to 64 megabytes of RAM. So yeah, now comes my card of choice for my build. This is the Orpheus I sound card. The guy who built this is from Greek, so maybe this is why he called it Orpheus. I guess Orpheus is from the Greek mythology. I don't know exactly. But yeah, this card also features the Crystals CS 4237B, but this card also has an original Yamaha OPL3 YMF389B. So you can switch between Crystal FM and the original Yamaha FM, which is a very great feature. Also, this card has very good sound quality. It has yeah, very high quality components, audio grade, hi-fi grade capacitors, very clean designed PCB, and yeah, this one also has the PC MIDI interface. So it has, this one gives you MPU 401 for devices from Roland, like the MT32. So you can connect it to this card and you don't need to run the software emulation of it. That's also a reason why I want to build this card in my PC. But of course I also show you some other cards. So yeah, I really can recommend this one. And maybe you can, if you are interested, you can contact the guys on Vogons. There's a thread, Orpheus I. And yeah, maybe you can buy one, but I'm not sure because they made another card, which is the Orpheus II. And the Orpheus II features another main IC. I think it's the CMI 8330, but I'm not completely sure. So if you're interested, please visit the Vogon thread. I will give you a link in the description. So let's continue with a PCI card from Crystal. This is the Terratec DMX X-Fire 1024. It's with the Crystal CS4624 IC. It also has a wavetable header, which is really nice. And this is a very compatible card. It has A3D support as well as EAX support. I'm not completely sure how good the DOS compatibility is, or if there is any DOS compatibility. So maybe I check this out someday. Let's continue with my ESS cards. I have many of them, but I select 4 of them to present to you. Here I have 2 identical triangular cards with the famous ESS audio drive ES1868F IC. These cards also features wavetable connectors, and they look boring, but the sound quality of these cards is very great, and the drivers are very great. They are very uncomplicated. So if you search for a very good and also a cheap sound card, I really can recommend these ones. Of course, there are other cards with rectangular shape PCB, but I want to show you this because I find this card quite interesting with this triangular look. So ESS also developed their own OPL3 compatibility. So it sounds different, but in my opinion, it is the best alternative OPL3. So it sounds very clear, very clean, very good, and I really like it. And also they have not just made their own copy of OPL3, they also enhanced it. So in very few games that support it, you can use the ESS OPL FM synthesis called ESFM, and yeah, it's very great. It's very advanced, and I have made a video in the past, so I will link this in the description as well if you want to hear it. And also under Windows for FM, you can benefit from the ESFM. So I'm not completely sure. I think they add some more operators, and yeah, it sounds just great. Very recommendable cards. So yeah, if I will build in an ESS card, I probably would go with this Terratec card, because yeah, Terratec made great cards. They look very great. Golden slot bracket and brown PCB, high quality components, and very much connectors for everything you need, and also wavetable header as well. The main IC is the same one as on this card, so yeah, you don't have to buy an expensive one like this. You also can take this one, for example, and the sound quality is quite equal, I guess. But of course this one looks much more interesting in your build. Yeah, with PCI we have these ESS Solo 1, ES1983S. And if you have a PCI system and you're searching for a sound card with good DOS compatibility, I really can recommend the Solo 1. It has great drivers for DOS. This one also have a wavetable header, and yeah, it's a good Windows card and also a good DOS cards. Many games will run on it. So yeah, if you're limited to PCI because your mainboard has no ISA slot, this is a recommendation. Let's continue with some obscure card or rare cards. These are PCI cards. This one is the Trident 4D Wave DX. It also has a wavetable header, drivers for DOS, and wavetable synthesis. But quality-wise, I can't really recommend it. But I just want to show it to you because it is rare, and yeah, I guess most of you didn't know that Trident also makes sound cards. Here's another rarity from S3. Yeah, if you look here, you might think it's a graphics adapter, but of course, if you see the connectors, you know it's a sound card. This is the S3 Sonic Vibes, and as far as I remember, or as far as I have read, this is one of the first made PCI sound cards. Let's continue with OPTi. Let's start with the oldest one. This is the OPTi media chips, and yeah, OPTi didn't develop them on their own. The company they bought was Oak Technology, and maybe you remember these Oak Mozart cards. And yeah, this is the rebranded Oak chip, I guess. And yeah, it has two connectors here. One is for a wavetable, and yeah, here we have the Yamaha OPL3 IC, and the other one is a connector for the Yamaha OPL4. So they made this connector, but I have never seen this module. I don't know if it even exists. Maybe it's they planned it but never made it. I don't know. If you have seen it, please let me know in the comments. Quality wise, it is not such a good card. The sound quality is great, but the drivers are not great, and there's no MPU 401 interface, so you have to load drivers to use it. And yeah, I wouldn't take this in my PC, but I wanted to show you because this was the first OPTi sound chip. Let's continue with this beautiful card. This is a newer version of this, and it already has MPU 401 interface for wavetable connector and MIDI connector. So it's a little bit more advanced, and it also has this Yamaha OPL3 copy. It's another label on it, but it is the exact copy of the chip, so it sounds identical. Here's another one. It's a newer one. As you can see here, there's a wavetable synthesizer mounted on it. It's the Atmos Q DSP 1000A. I guess it's 1 megabyte. I'm not completely sure. Maybe just 512K. It sounds quite good. So of course you can't compare it with external devices or higher quality wavetables, but for gaming it's great. And additionally it has a wavetable header. That's nice. Yeah, but this one is a newer IC, and it has integrated OPTi-FM, and it's not the original Yamaha one, so it sounds different, and I don't like the sound of it that much. It's not bad, it's different, but I prefer the original or the ESS-FM. Here's another one, which is basically this card without the wavetable. And I wanted to show it to you because it looks great, in my opinion. It's a nice PCB, and yeah, I really like this logo, Sound S16, Sound S or S Media. Beautiful card. Yeah, these were my OPTi cards, and yeah, OPTi, as far as I know, OPTi only made ISA cards. I don't know any PCI card of them. So last but not least, I show you my Yamaha cards. This card looks quite boring, but it has a Yamaha IC with original Yamaha OPL3 circuitry and also a wavetable header. So this is a very great card for DOS. This one features the YMF719. Here's another one with a nice sticker on it. So they made some kind of standard layout. This card looks, yeah, okay, it's a little bit different positions, but it's basically the same card. And this one features the YMF719E. And this one is the 719S. I don't know what's the difference. If you know it, let me know in the comments. Here's another one from Adonix. It's the EWS64I, so this might be a little bit older. And last but not least, here is the 719E again. Yeah, it's basically the same, or these are basically the same cards. So sound quality is good, FM quality is good, and I can recommend it. Now let's take a look on the PCI cards. This is the Yamaha Waveforce XG YMF724. This card is interesting because it has this PC-PCI connector. So if your mainboard support it, you can connect this, and then this card will act like an ISA card in a PCI system. I haven't tried it, but I like the idea. So yeah, of course this also has the original Yamaha OPTi circuitry inside, and it also features a Yamaha XG wavetable synthesizer. So you also have MIDI music. I don't know if this is accessible in MS-DOS, but for Windows gaming and listening to MIDI files, it's great. But unfortunately this card has no wavetable header. Here's another one with the YMF744, and this also features this SPDIF connector, which is a digital optical output. Yeah, and this is the XG754, so this is the latest, I guess it's the latest one. It's more, maybe this card is a little bit more integrated. I don't know exactly what's the difference. But it's a cheaper version without this optical output. So the card I will install is the Orpheus one, because it is a great match for my needs. And maybe I also install a PCI card, because I really like the Aureal Vortex cards, and as I have installed the Diamond Monster Voodoo 2 card, it would be a nice pair to also have Aureal Vortex sound card from Diamond for games like Unreal, for example. But yeah, maybe I should install this newer one, Vortex 2 card, because it has more advanced 3D sound capability. And this 3D sound from Aureal Vortex is very advanced, and it's far better than the EAX or EX from Creative Labs. And so I would prefer this one over the live sound card, for example. I like Aureal cards. Yeah, so let's build this in my system, or maybe this one. Let's just start with this one. Yeah, but before we go on, I found the module for this EWS64 card, and I want to show it to you. And as you can see here, it has MIDI input and output. So MIDI 1 and MIDI 2, and I guess MIDI 1 is the Dream wavetable, and MIDI 2 is the secondary wavetable module you can connect here. So this is a nice feature. So this is the final build, and now I will show you the reason for this exchangeable bay. So here I have the 3 changeable cabinets a friend of mine made for me. His name is Paddy. And yeah, the specialty of this is that this one is not for an IDE hard disk drive, but for wavetable modules. For example, in this one, I installed the Dreamblaster X2 GS, but of course you can change it to anything you want. And yeah, here also are some mounting holes where you can add these spacers, so the module is fits in very tight and well. Also, I can select the output level, and here's a little fan for cooling, and it's very convenient. So if I want to change the wavetable module, I just have to pull out this cabinet, change it and pull it back in, and no need for open the case. Very nice. So the next one is with a selector and an OLED display. This is for the MT32 module from Terratec, which is based on a Raspberry Pi, and yeah, then you can have the MT32 as well as several different sound fonts. And yeah, with this display you can conveniently control the unit, and you can see the display messages as well. Yeah, this is a special Ernie edition of the board, of the cabinet. Right now I have installed the Waveblaster 2.0 with stereo. I want to show you in another video. But yeah, the thing with this cabinet is that it has MIDI out, line in and power out. So I can also connect an external MIDI module to my PC, and with this switch I can select from internal wavetable header to external MIDI, and this is also possible on the fly. So I can switch by playing a MIDI file. I can switch between the inner one, the wavetable module, and the external module. What's also very nice is the power outlet here, because I can select the polarity for it, because some modules from Japan have inversed power connector, and I can also select the output voltage here from 5 volts up to 12 volts. Right now I've selected to 9 volts inverted power, so normally the minus pole is on the jacket on the outer side, and the plus pole is on the pin, but for these some of these modules it is reversed. For example, this Casio GZ50M module has this reversed power. Yeah, so this is very convenient and very nice, and I'm absolutely happy with it. And at this point I want to thank Paddy, who created this for me and built it for me.